But weren't they the ones with stones on their backs?
Yeah, I have some stuff that I just want to respond to and answer to. I get a lot of questions from one of my popular videos that I posted a while back, the Yourofsky Israeli interview, 2013. That's really the video that people are really commenting. They're really going in on the comments and the questions and the responses. And a lot of people have questions and responses. Sometimes people, like, slick people, they just want to throw out their little responses and just leave it at that. So I'm just going to respond back to it. So the first question is, but plants feel too. So I get this statement, question, response all the time. Like sometimes it's presented as a question, like, but don't plants feel too? Don't plants feel too? Don't they have feelings? Don't they suffer? And I honestly, I'm just going to assume that they don't believe what they're saying to be true. I think that they're just trying to be slick or whatever, or I don't know. Sometimes I feel like it's just an excuse to eat meat. Well, that's really what it is in my mind. But if you genuinely believe that plants feel pain and you genuinely believe that plants are suffering and they're going through like pain and struggle and they're suffering, then don't eat them. It's that simple. If you genuinely believe in your heart, in your mind, if you genuinely believe wholeheartedly that plants have feelings, then do not eat them. Do not contribute to their suffering. It's that simple. I left that response to that person, and then he wrote back and said, well, if I don't eat plants, then what am I going to eat? You fucking figure it out. I'm not the one who believes that plants have feelings. Like, you do. So those are your beliefs, not mine. So if you genuinely believe that plants feel and they suffer, then stop eating them. It's that simple. On the contrary, plants do not feel and they do not suffer. As far as we know right now, with the information that we have gathered so far in human history, plants do not have a central nervous system. Without a central nervous system, you're incapable of feeling pain, experiencing life. Last time I checked, plants, they go through this process called photosynthesis. That's the process of developing food. So they quite literally make food. That's the process of photosynthesis. Didn't we learn that in living environment in high school? Photosynthesis. Plants make food. Hello. So they're meant to be eaten. So as far as we know, they don't have a central nervous system. They don't feel pain. Case closed. Okay, so the next statement is, but aren't humans more intelligent and more superior than animals? We have things like iPods, technology, and we drive cars. I don't see animals doing any of that. Therefore, aren't we more superior? Well, in my opinion, no, we're not more superior because if you really think about it, who's the only animal on this planet who's destroying everything around them? Think about it. Who's the only animal who enslaves other species? Think about it. Who's the only animal who enslaves their own species? Think about it. Do you know that if we was to remove humans from this planet, in 50 years, the whole entire planet would recover? The animals, the rainforest, the sky, the mountains, the air, everything. Without humans, this planet would better itself. With humans, this planet is detrimental. So I don't see how we're special. We're not special at all. I mean, we're capable of being special. Okay, I'm not going to say that we're not special at all. But the thing is, we're not better than animals. We're equal to animals. And I think that's the problem that's the mentality that we need to shift. We're not better than animals. We're equal to. And people just sound so stupid saying that we're more superior. Like, you sound stupid saying that you're more intelligent when we're the only animals who don't think about our food choices. Think about this, we're the only animals on this planet who got the diet wrong. Every other animal on this planet knows what to eat, except for humans. Look around. Look around. Look around. Have you seen some of these motherfuckers walking around? Some of these people look crazy as hell. We got obesity, we got cancer, we got heart disease, we got strokes, we got a number of diseases. And they're all unnecessary. We're not the smartest, and we're just not the smartest. Case closed. Okay, so this question actually came from, well, I don't know if it's a response. Recently, I saw a video of a guy with a hard face and a strong underbite, and he said that vegans shouldn't be focusing or putting our focus on the elimination of meat consumption, and that we should rather focus our attention on the mistreatment of animals rather than the elimination of meat consumption altogether. Okay, I think I know who you're talking about. I saw 2 minutes of the video and I just didn't want to watch. Somebody sent me the video. I haven't been subscribed to this person in I don't know how long, ever since, because this person was talking about, like, this person was like being really ignorant and racist towards Egyptians, and then ended up deleting it because he felt so stupid. I mean, if you really believe the things that you say, you shouldn't have deleted that video, but I'm just saying. So I haven't been subscribed to this person in I don't know how long, ever since that video. I just couldn't watch anymore because it was annoying. It was just a lot of, like, defensiveness, hostility, bitchiness, bitch this, bitch that. And one thing about it is you're not going to be screaming out of my speakers that I paid $1,000 for, sweetheart. So I don't really want to put attention to this person. I think I know who you're talking about because you said hard face and strong underbite. But I actually answered this question on my Facebook recently. And so we shouldn't focus on the elimination of meat consumption. We should focus on the mistreatment of animals instead. So my response to that is, if you're so concerned with the mistreatment of animals, then why don't you stop eating animals until they're treated better? Make sense? If your focus is, oh, I don't think we should stop eating meat altogether, what we should do is focus our attention on the mistreatment of animals. Okay, well, if your concern is the mistreatment of animals, then stop eating animals until they are treated better. And how do you know? How do you know which animals are being treated better or not? These people, these slaughterhouse workers, they don't follow the guidelines. They actually step outside the guidelines because it's a violent, disgusting process. And a lot of the times, these guys, they go home, they drink, they beat their wives. And so it's kind of like, how do you know? These people, they're out of control. They're becoming psychotic. The longer that these slaughterhouse workers are employed doing the slaughtering, no matter how humanely the animal is treated or whatever, these people lose their minds and they just become bloodthirsty after a while, and they don't. How do you know? My question is, how do you know which animal is being treated fairly, humanely? How do you know? Unless you're there and you see the animal yourself and you raise it yourself, how do you know which animals are being treated humanely? The next statement is, animals eat meat, therefore it's okay for humans to do so as well. Yeah, animals eat meat. Are we talking about those obligate carnivores and those obligate omnivores? Yeah, they have an obligation to eat meat. Their bodies can actually digest it. Humans cannot. Obviously, obesity, heart disease, cancers, strokes. So their bodies are built to process meat or whatever it is that they eat, raw flesh. And another thing, why do we always want to mimic the behavior of omnivores and carnivores? Do you not realize that 75% of all the animals on this planet are plant eaters, vegans? Do you not realize that? So when people, it's like we just want to focus on just one little small group of meat eaters on the planet. Like, why do we want to try so hard to be like lions and tigers and bears? Why do we want to do that? And why do we want to do that specifically? Because we don't want to do anything else that lions, bears, and tigers and all the other carnivores and omnivores do. When you walk into a room, do you sniff someone's ass? I know it sounds funny, but it's true, because omnivores, obligate omnivores and carnivores, that's what they do. That's how they greet each other. They sniff each other's ass. So do you do that? Is that something that you want to aspire to be? Is that something that you want to aspire to do? Why do we pick this one little thing, meat eating? And we don't even eat meat the way that obligate carnivores and omnivores do. They can eat it raw if they wanted to. They can eat it raw. And they don't add plant spices to make their meat taste more like plants. Why do humans want to dress it up so badly? Like, it just makes no sense. Why do we want to dress up meat and make it taste more like plants? We add plants, we add relish, we add barbecue sauce, we add mustard, we add garlic, we add onions. we add vinegar, we add all of these things to downplay what meat really is. Flesh, blood, bones, muscles, veins, and tendons. Like Gary Yourofsky said, to cut up body parts of dead animals. Like, we're dressing it up, basically. We don't do anything that real omnivores and carnivores do. So I don't know why we idolize them so much, or we idolize this one thing that they do, and then we ignore everything else that they do. We don't eat raw flesh, so why do we have to cook it? Please. Please, 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 with the excuses. You're coming up with excuses right now as you're watching this. There's no point in trying to get people to go vegan because the world will never be vegan. Now, the first person that told me that stupid shit came from my own mother. My own mother. She looked me in the eye and she said, with a stupid smirk on her face, like, you know what? Humans are never going to stop eating meat. So you might as well just forget it because they're never going to stop eating meat. And I was just like, this bitch done lost her fucking mind. Yeah, humans are never going to stop eating animals. Like, factory farming is just never going to end, despite what the signs of the planet, despite climate change, despite the fact that, oh yeah, and you know what? Where did I hear that from? Oh, the Holocaust. We're never gonna see a way out of the Holocaust. We're never going to see a way out of the suffering of black people and the enslavement of African Americans. Yeah, that's never going to end. So don't even look forward to it because it's never going to happen. Bitch, you lost your mind. I can't even with that one. I feel like, and it's just so negative. Like, humans are never going to stop eating meat. So just because other people aren't going to stop doing it, that means you're not going to stop doing it? Like, why are you going along with what everyone else is doing? Forget about what everybody else is doing and just do you. Do your own damn life. Like, why are you focusing on what everybody else is doing? So if everybody else is going out and shooting people and killing people, you feel like you have to do the same thing because everybody else, you feel in your mind that everybody else isn't going to stop doing it? Please. Like, it's just so negative. Like, think independently. Have your own damn thoughts. There's nothing wrong with eating meat as long as the animal is killed humanely as possible. We already got through that one. The last response is, I don't give a fuck. I'm going to eat meat anyways. I don't care about animals and I don't care about how they are killed. Finally, some truth. Thank you. For the first time, finally some truth. I wish more meat eaters would come out. Meat eaters. I wish more meat eaters would come out and admit that. I would actually, I don't know about respect, but I would definitely give more credibility to meat eaters had they just come out and just told the truth. I don't give a fuck about animals. I don't give a fuck about how they're killed, and I'm just going to do it anyway because I want to. What can I say to that? What can I say to that? I can't say anything to that. So the only thing I can say to that is when it's you, don't expect nobody to care. When it's you inside of a cage, don't expect nobody to care. When it's you getting your throat slit open, when it's you being dragged from your anus with a hook, with a meat hook, when it's you getting grinded up the day that you're born, when it's you, do not expect nobody to give a fuck. That's all I gotta say, but I give credibility to that statement because it's true. So, when it's you, don't expect nobody to care. So I'm done answering these questions and responses. Most of them was just responses, but yeah. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. I'm sure someone's gonna dislike it. I don't care. At the end of the day, vegans don't make up the majority of people quite yet. I mean, the numbers are doubling as the years are going by. So we are making progress. We are making change. More people are going vegan. Who was it? Samuel L. Jackson went vegan. Beyonce tried vegan. Jennifer Lopez just went vegan. So and that's another thing. Like with the people who say, "Oh, we're never going to change." People are changing. Justin Timberlake went vegan. Didn't Katy Perry go vegan? Russell Brand went vegan. People are going vegan. So Bill Clinton, he went vegan. Michelle Pfeiffer. The list goes on, and every single day, even people who aren't famous, people who go unnoticed, are going vegan. So the world is changing, and that's the positive route that I'm going to stick to. That's the mentality that I'm going to stick to. So People are changing. Don't let other people discourage you. People are so negative, like, just negative. So I hope you guys have a good day, and I hope that answered some of the questions or responses. I'm sure we hear this all the time, but I just wanted to answer it. So see you later. Peace, literally, peace and love.